All right, friends, how you doing out there's the Oz Man, and today we're going to do a video that I've got a few requests for. That's a leather video. So most of my videos, you know, they kind of go all over the place. I do a lot of motorcycle stuff. I've recently done a few travel ones where I went to Portland and I went to a Mardi Gras. Hopefully you saw that Mardi Gras video, by the way. YouTube restricted it all over the place because they said it had copyright music and this and that. I tell you, YouTube, you gotta love them. Anyway, but I got a request for leather. Now, I'm not a leather man. I'm not what you would think of as a leather guy. And for those people who don't know, a leather man is a person that pretty much wears a lot of leather. Where you'll see a guy and he wears all leather shirt, leather jacket, leather pants, leather boots, well obviously boots. And I'm wearing my boots, by the way, my WESCOs. And that's kind of considered a leather man. So you think about Glenn Hughes from the Village People, Rob Halford from the Mighty Judas Priest. So these are just a few examples of leathermen. And also leather, of course, is very popular in the motorcycle world. A lot of people use it for protection, in case they go down, in case there's an accident, all that fun stuff, right? And as you know, I ride a motorcycle, or maybe you don't know if you just tuned in, but I do ride a motorcycle, and I wear leather primarily for that. So most of my leather is pretty much leather jackets, and of course my tall boots. These are WESCOs. I do have my Dainese, but I'm going to be using the WESCOs for everything today because they're just more easier to take in and out, to pull out and off, I should say, and for the leather pants to go in and out. So that's the logistics, I guess, of leather. I do have one leather shirt. So where did I put my leather? Oh, let me go get my leather shirt. All right. So this is my leather shirt. I only have one leather shirt, which is this one right here. I'm going to be putting it on in a second. It's got this kind of like suede inside part. And the name of it is Raleigh, I guess, or Rael. And I don't know if you can see it there. Rael. Let me, hold on a second. Okay. There we go. My camera's turned off on me there for a second. It's a Rael. So this one I got in Melrose. I'm going to put it on in a second here. But this is my one and only leather shirt. Don't have any other leather shirts but this one. But I really love it, and I'll talk about it some more in a second. And then I'm also going to try on this leather pants. I do have a few leather pants. But I like this one because it's kind of brown and charcoalish. Tan, a little bit of mixture of everything. You can see it there. And this is a Wilson M. Julian. Wilson M. Julian. So if you can see that there. And this one is actually a pretty nice one because it's a size 36. So it fits me pretty good in the waist. And it's pretty comfortable in general. And I like the fact that it has, that it's not black. Because normally, you know, you see a lot of leather guys wearing black, and just general, most people who wear leather like to wear black leather. And I have a lot of black leather, as you're going to see. But I like this one because it's a little different. It's a little different style. So I'm going to start off wearing this pants and that leather shirt, and we'll just go one piece of leather garment after another. Okay, so it's hell bent for leather in this video, my friends. Little leather action for your leather fans out there. So let's start the magic. What do you say? Let's do it! All right, friends, welcome back. So this is the first outfit. As I mentioned, this is my one and only leather shirt. These are my brown charcoal leather pants. And of course, Mighty WESCO boots. And so what I like about these is, by the way, I bought the shirt and the pants in Melrose in Hollywood. And you know, you can always find good deals on leather out there. So if you're in the Los Angeles area and you're trying to find something, you know, kind of cool, you want to wear some leather but you don't want to spend a fortune, I would highly suggest heading down there. Recently I saw a video where this guy was doing all this leather reviews and this and that, and he was talking about, he went to the mall and he was saying that he was checking out jackets, and he was checking out Coach, the brand Coach, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Coach leather jackets, they're just the best." But you know, I'm not a huge fan of Coach leather jackets, but I mean that's, you know, but the point is he went to the mall, which to me is a pretty expensive place to be going to find leather, when you can find some good deals at thrift stores, you know, trendy kind of little boutiques type stores. And there's also just a lot of leather stores, you know, around the Hollywood area where you can find stuff. So, you know, look for some deals out there. Don't go crazy and say, oh, I got to go to the mall and spend a fortune there. Of course, you can get custom made stuff. There's Langlet's leather, there's Belstaff. Those are very high-end leather jackets and shirts and stuff. But hey, you can go down that route. The only thing is when you spend that kind of money on leather clothes, like leather shirts and leather pants, you may end up spending a lot of money and then you grow out of it, right? So for instance, Langlet's leather, okay? So a lot of leather people, they like to buy Langlet's leather, which is, by the way, Langlet's, for those who don't know, is a company in Portland, Oregon that basically makes custom leather gear. So you can, most of it is motorcycle related, but once again, the more kinky fetish world of the leather scene, they like to buy Langlet's as well. But it's mainly, it started off, and I think it's still pretty much mainly a motorcycle thing. But anyway, it's high-end stuff. It's just like WESCO boots. You know, they're very expensive. But if you go on eBay, you'll see that there's a lot of Langlet's pants and Langlet's shirts and even Langlet's jackets that are on sale. Why is that? Because a lot of people bought these things when they were slimmer, younger. So they bought, you know, custom fit leather pants and leather shirt when they, you know, weighed, you know, whatever, 150 pounds or something. And now they're, you know, 250 pounds or whatever, and they can't fit in any of this stuff anymore. But they spent a fortune on those things, right? So the moral of the story I'm trying to get to, my friends, is don't feel like you got to spend too much on leather clothing just because you're going to, there's a high likelihood you're going to grow out of it, in the sense that you're going to gain weight. I've gained weight. I'm going to show you this other pair of pants, this other leather pants. Let me see where I put it. Oh, yeah. So this other leather pants I bought when I was slimmer. Yes, once upon a time I was in better shape than I am today, my friends. Yes. And I bought this pair of pants, and I loved them because it had this eagle. See? It has this cool little eagle thing going here. My camera keeps acting weird. It has this eagle, which I love. It also has it here in the back. And I love these jeans. And when I was skinnier, I would wear them, and it would just be so cool, especially with the tall boots. But I have gained, it's kind of embarrassing to say, but I've gained, you know, a few pounds. And it's been a number of years since I've been able to fit in these puppies. I keep them around because I love them, and I keep hoping that some magical thing will happen and I lose weight and I can fit in these things again. But if I have to be honest with myself, I probably will never be able to fit into these jeans again, these leather pants again. But I love them. So the point is, if you're going to buy leather, don't feel like you got to buy the most expensive custom-made leather out there, because you may get overweight, you may grow out of it. You know, bodies change, okay? So maybe you're watching this and you're 26, 27 years old, and you're like, yeah, I'm in great shape. I'm going to go to Langlet's. I'm going to go to Langlet's, and I'm going to spend a fortune and, you know, $2,000 on my outfit. And then one day you're 47 and you're 250 pounds, and you're like, man, what am I going to do with this pants? I can't fit in it anymore. So just a little, you know, advice, you know, don't feel like you got to spend a fortune on leather pants or leather shirts. If you're going to spend money on anything, spend it on boots, because I feel, you know, this is a controversial statement I'm about to make, but I don't believe your feet grow all that much. You know, a lot of the shoe boot people, they're going to say, oh, you know, you need to have your boots, you need to measure your feet every 3 or 4 years because your feet expand. I don't really believe that, to be honest. My feet, you know, I can put on shoes that I've had 10 years ago or boots 10 years ago, and they still fit fine today. And then some boot people will say, well, that's because their boots expanded and they adjust. They give you this whole story. But I'm not sure I really buy into that. So if you're going to spend a lot of money on a piece of clothing, I would say spend it on boots. Boots last a long time. Like these WESCOs have lasted me years. I recently ordered another pair, which I'm sure is going to last me probably to the rest of my life. And so to me, that's where you should spend money. If you're going to spend $500, $800, $1,000, I think it's better to do it on boots, in all honesty. We can get to jackets in a second, but I guess that would be the next thing. I guess if you are going to spend money, you should, other than boots, probably jackets would be the second thing to spend it on. But once again, with jackets, you know, if you're gaining weight, you know, they may not fit you in the future either. So be a little mindful with your money and how you're spending it as far as leather products. But anyway, getting back to this. So this is my leather shirt here. Let me talk about this one a little bit. I love this shirt because it has this kind of cool Nero kind of collar up here, and I just think it looks cool. A lot of leather shirts have the regular kind of collar that you would see on a dress shirt, but it always looks kind of weird because in general, dress shirts to me, like a regular dress shirt that you wear to work, if you have it open, like you don't have a tie on, it always seems like it's too much material, if I can say that. It just seems like you just got all this material up there that you don't need. And I don't know, it just to me always looks weird. I mean, a dress shirt looks great if you're wearing your tie, but if you're not gonna wear a tie, then I'm not too sure it's worth it. So I'm much more of, when I'm not wearing a dress shirt, I like these Nero collars, these ones that don't, the collarless shirt, I guess, if you want to call it that. I just love the way these looks. I love the way they look. I just think, and also if you do want that military look, a lot of leather guys want to kind of look a little military-ish. Some like to dress up like policemen or whatever. I think this kind of collar is more appropriate than the kind that you know, unless you're going to wear a tie. But anyway, love this shirt. It's the only shirt I got because in all honesty, only leather shirt I got because in all honesty, I don't wear leather shirts that much. I mean, this shirt, maybe I bring out if I'm going to go to a nightclub or some kind of festival or something. But most of the time, if I'm going to ride my bike or I'm going to a concert or something, I'll probably just wear a heavy metal t-shirt like the one I was wearing earlier in the video with the Pink Floyd shirt. So not a huge leather shirt guy, but I do like this shirt. And once again, I bought this in Hollywood and I didn't spend too much money. So I love this shirt because I can wear it whenever I feel like wearing it. And if for some reason I get so overweight I can't fit in it anymore, it didn't cost me a fortune. You know what I mean? So that's that. And then I already talked about these pants. These are Wilson leather pants. Wilson leather. You know, when I think of Wilson leather, I always think of the 70s for some reason. I guess it's because my parents, you know, when they had like leather clothing of any kind, mostly leather jackets, it was always Wilson leather. But now, so, I mean, I guess they're still around. I haven't really done my research on whether Wilson leather, how well Wilson leather is doing these days. But anyway, I always think of the 70s. So anyway, Wilson leather. All right, so this is this outfit. I guess I should put on a jacket as well. Might as well try to, you know, throw a little jacket, a little shirt. But let's pull out the first one, and I'll talk about that a bit before I change into another outfit here. All right, so we're going to visit the mighty Germany, the mighty Deutschland, for Held right here, my friends. And this jacket is made in Germany. It's a motorcycle jacket. I love it. And one thing I like about this jacket is that it's black and white. It's not all black. As I was mentioning about the pants here, you know, a lot of leather people, they like to wear black and they want all their leather to be black. But I don't know, I just think that gets a little boring after a while, you know. Why don't you mix it up with some spice in there, add a little color. So I like this one. Also, this is my heavy duty jacket. So I only wear this jacket when it's very cold, right? So if this year happened to be a very cold year here in Los Angeles, it was raining like crazy, the temperatures were pretty low. So this jacket, ironically, got a lot of use this year. A lot of use because the weather was cold. And you know, it's my most heavy duty leather jacket. Last year, it didn't rain that much. It wasn't as cold. So last year, I didn't use this jacket at all. But this year was pretty cold. And while I'm already halfway dressed up, let me finish the style here and pull out my Churchill gloves. I did a video a while ago about gloves, and I did a review on these Churchill gloves, and I love them. These are the Churchill Maverick. Is that it, Maverick? Yeah, Maverick gloves, the gauntlet style. See? It has that kind of Darth Vader, you know, join the dark side kind of vibe. And I love these gloves. They have great, what do they call that? Now I want to say texture, but it's not texture. But when you can feel the controls, right? And what I like about this is when I ride my motorcycle, I can really feel, you know, the controls, you know, the throttle, the brakes, the clutch, the whole ball of wax. So just great gloves. There are a lot of other gauntlets out there you can buy, but I always find that the quality is a little cheap. It never feels quite right to me. All my leather has seen rain, storms, sand storms, you know, sand rocks, rain, hail, the whole ball of wax. And, you know, so to me, when I go buy leather, you know, jackets for riding or gloves, I do try to get the best quality I can get. Obviously, I'm also looking for, you know, something reasonably priced. I'm not going to spend, you know, if you spend, like Belstaff makes a great motorcycle leather jacket, just fantastic. But, you know, they're the same price as like Langlets. I mean, they're like over $1,000 for a leather jacket. And, you know, when you spend over $1,000 for a leather jacket, whew, you know, do you really want to take it out of the elements? Because now you got this expensive jacket, right? This jacket, I think, cost me around $400. So, which I think is a pretty decent and reasonable price for a leather jacket, a motorcycle jacket. And this one also has padding, you know, padding all over the place, padding up here. So if I do go down for whatever reason, you know, hopefully I never go down, but if I do, at least I have some protection. But the point being, if you're going to spend a lot of money on a leather jacket, I think what ends up happening is now you go, oh my God, I got to protect my leather jacket. I don't want my leather jacket to get dirty. And then you just end up just wearing it, you know, I don't know, at the bar, at the nightclub, instead of, you know, take it out into battle. I always say, when I ride, I feel like I'm going to battle because I'm fighting cars, I'm fighting the elements. It just is what it is. Anyway, so that's this little ensemble. So Churchill gloves, highly recommend them. I also got the smaller pair, but this is the smaller pair. It just doesn't have the gauntlet style. And the Mighty Hell jacket from Germany, from the Dutchland. As I don't have a very good Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation, but I would say he'd probably say it's incredible, it's fantastic. That's my best Arnold. But anyway, why don't we move on to the next pants and jacket. I don't have any other leather shirts, so yeah, you're stuck with this one. So hopefully you like it. I could put the t-shirt back on, but this is a leather review, so we're going to move on with the next pair of leather pants. Okay, see you in a second here. All right, friends, how you doing? So here we are with the next little outfit, I guess. Oh, by the way, just in case you're wondering, I'm videotaping this in a kind of a vertical instead of the usual horizontal, because I want to make sure you get the whole outfit. And when I do the horizontal, usually it cuts off my head or cuts off the boots or something. So anyway, hopefully you're cool with that. So just little FYI, little behind the scenes on the Oz leather video outfit or review, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, these next pair of leather pants are maybe my second oldest, I guess, after the one with the eagle. These are size 34. They fit really tight on me. The belt is probably making it look like it fits a lot better than it does, but believe me, it's tight. This is I feel the tightness, my friends. But it is all black, so it's got that traditional kind of, you know, black leather that everybody kind of digs. And it's pretty, I mean, in general, it's pretty comfortable, especially if I'm just standing. But when it, you know, I really feel the tightness of these jeans. I keep calling them jeans, but they're pants, leather pants. It's like when I'm sitting down, then I was like, ugh. You know, I went to a bar not too long ago and I wore these pants, and you know, I sat down and I had a couple beers and I was like, ooh, I can feel it, because you know, they don't, these pants don't give you too much breathing space here in the waist anymore. They did once upon a time, once again when I was slimmer, but these days they're a little on the tight side. But anyway, they're still kind of nice. They're pretty comfortable actually. And I did buy these things. I call them no name because there's no name. Like I bought these once again in Hollywood, and it doesn't have a name. There's no name or anything. It's just a size 34. So I don't know who made these pants. They do have a teeny bit of what breeches. You know, breeches are when if you ever see some military people, they have their pants kind of stick out, like the police or whatever. They have like kind of stick out. This one has a slight one. Those are called breeches. So just FYI on that. But anyway, these pants I've had them for quite a while, and they still feel pretty good, I gotta be honest, except around the waist. But other than the waist part, they're pretty comfortable. I think they still look pretty good. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about them. They've been with me for a while. But the next pair of pants I'm going to show you are my newest ones, and probably my most favorite because they're the most comfortable. But these things have been with me for a while, and you know, I only have this one leather shirt, but if you notice, I have a couple of pairs of leather pants. And the reason I buy leather pants and not so much leather shirts is because I do wear the leather pants. I find that leather is a great type of material that goes with a lot of stuff, right? So you can use it to ride the motorcycle, or you can go out. You can go out on a date, go out with your friends, whatever. You can wear your leather pants. If you go to a concert, and you know, I go to concerts. I know I got gray hair here. I know it's not. I'm not a young guy anymore, but I still like to see concerts. I go see, you know, bands left and right. I'm actually thinking about going overseas to check out some of the heavy metal festivals coming up. And leather pants is perfect for that. You know, it has that whole heavy metal vibe. I'm a heavy metal guy. I'm a rock guy. You know, a long time ago, I was even playing a little guitar in a band, a heavy metal band. So leather pants is great for that. Also, you know, if you just go out with, you know, you can wear a t-shirt over them. You can wear a dress shirt if you go into something more formal. When I was young, I mean young, like I'm junior high, 12 years old, 13 years old, something like that. I went to this private school that you had to wear a uniform, right? And basically the uniform was kind of a suit, you know, you wore this blazer and this shirt, and it was very, I don't know, the school wanted to be kind of like something out of England, you know, they wanted to have that kind of English uniform vibe, so they made you wear a uniform. But the one weird thing about this school was that they did make one exception. There was one exception that you could do that was a little bit more daring, and that is they allowed you to wear leather pants. I don't know why they allowed you to wear leather pants, but they did. So you still would have to wear your blazer and your white shirt and a tie. We also have to wear a tie, but you could wear leather pants instead of regular slacks. And I remember as a kid, I said, wow, I want a pair of leather pants, you know. And my parents said, oh, we're not buying you leather pants. Are you crazy? my parents were not, that was no go for them. But the kids who did have leather pants, you know, they were the cool kids, right? Everybody's like, wow, you got leather pants. And the reason I'm bringing up this story is to just show you how leather pants, in my opinion, are a lot more versatile than a leather shirt. A leather shirt, I don't know, it doesn't seem as versatile. You know, like if I go to a concert, for instance, do I want to wear a leather shirt, or would I rather wear a heavy metal t-shirt? I think I'd rather wear a heavy metal t-shirt. And when I ride, I prefer to wear a t-shirt just because they're more comfortable. So I just find the shirts a little bit less, and if I go on a date or something, am I going to wear a leather shirt? I know, it just seems like, that's why I only own one leather shirt. But leather pants is different. Leather pants, I think, is much more versatile. And even for women, I work in an office that's pretty formal. I wear a suit every day, like a real suit, you know, with the jacket, and slacks, tie, the whole ball of wax. And the women who work with me, you know, they also dress up. This one woman today, one of my coworkers, she came with a leather skirt and she had this leather jacket. Now her shirt was like a blouse or whatever. But I remember I was looking at her and I go, wow, she looks great. I mean, she looked fantastic. And she was wearing a leather, you know, a leather jacket and leather skirt, and she just looked amazing. And that's the greatness about leather, is that it's something that can really be versatile if you want to play with it and, you know, see how you can use it in your everyday life. One other thing too that was very popular back in the 1980s when I was a teenager was leather ties. I don't know how many of you people are around my age. I'm 53, and I don't know how many people are around my age, but you might remember back in the 80s that one of the cool things was to wear a skinny leather tie. And I did have a skinny leather tie. I wish I still had it today, to be honest, my friends. But anyway, I'm digressing. So these are my no-name leather pants. Let's go on to another leather jacket, shall we? All right, my friends. So I'm going to pull out what I would call the granddaddy of my leather jackets. If you watch my motorcycle videos, you've probably seen this jacket. This is the BMG British Motorcycle Gear leather jacket. Now, what's cool about this jacket is, as I mentioned earlier, there's another company called Belstaff that makes very beautiful high-end leather jackets. I've been tempted many times to buy their leather jacket. I think they make leather pants as well, but mostly I see their jackets, and they're just beautiful. They're works of art, but they're all like over $1,000, and I'm like, you know, $1,000 for a leather jacket. I've not been able to pull the trigger on that one, my friends, as I mentioned earlier, because, you know, then I'll be like, oh, I can't ride in it, and what a mud and bugs and stuff. But anyway, Belstaff, this jacket is called the Montana jacket, and Belstaff originated this jacket, this design, but for whatever reason they don't make it anymore. So this company, BMG British Motorcycle Gear, they took the jacket style and they made it. So now they're making it. So BMG British Motorcycle Gear, I think they're in San Diego or based out of San Diego. They make this jacket, and I love this jacket. I love it. It has this lining inside. You can take it off if you want. It has protective gear. I made a video about this a while ago. It's a pretty old video now, but I still got the exact same jacket. It's the exact same jacket of that video. If you look it up, it's probably like 7 years old or whatever. But yeah, this jacket, I mean, it is. Whew, this is my go-to jacket. It's still, without a doubt, my most favorite jacket I ever had. When I first got into motorcycling, the very first jacket, well, this is not the very first jacket I had. I had a jacket that, maybe I'll pull out that jacket too. That's not a motorcycle jacket, but the very first motorcycle jacket I got was this one. And it is great. It's got zippers, obviously, you know, zipper up here. And down here you also got, well, it's kind of faded now, but you have the camera. You have the little British flag there, and I just love this jacket. It's just my number one favorite motorcycle jacket. I still think it's great and it's not too expensive. I think this one cost around $350, $360, $360, stuff like that. And it looks amazing. And as it's getting older, it's getting a nice patina going. I actually did condition it not too long ago. I should have recorded that. But I don't know if you can see if the camera can pick up, but you know, it's got like a lot of dirt and mud and bug stuff, and I've had to clean it every so often. This is why spending like $1,000, $1,500 or $2,000 on a leather jacket to ride, you know, I would be hesitant on that because, you know, this thing just gets mud, bugs, all kinds of stuff on it, and plus the sun is beating down on it. So I really don't like to go over like maybe $500 max on a motorcycle jacket. But Belstaff is an amazing jacket. It's just Langlets, like Langlets. Langlets is an amazing jacket too, but it's, once again, it's like $1,000. So, but anyway, yeah, BMG, British Motorcycle Gear, still one of my go-to jacket. I still highly recommend it. You know, if you're thinking about buying a motorcycle jacket that's super great and doesn't break the bank, BMG, British Motorcycle Gear, my friends. Right there. That's all I'm going to say. The mighty BMG. So, all right, so we got one more pair of leather pants I'm going to put on. But we got 2 more leather jackets. Maybe I might even pull out this 3rd one, and maybe even a vest. Now that we're doing leather, maybe we might as well go all the way. But we only got 1 more pair of leather pants, so I'm going to change these leather pants into my newest, and I would say my most favorite leather pants of all the ones I got. So stick around, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, friends, so now we're at leather pants. What is this, number 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. And this is my favorite pair. It's my brand new, newest to my collection. And it's Milwaukee Leather, okay? So Milwaukee Leather is great. They're very well known in the motorcycle world. A lot of Milwaukee Leather jackets, Milwaukee Leather pants. There's actually a few reviews here on YouTube of Milwaukee Leather jackets. I don't own a Milwaukee Leather jacket, but from what I've seen, they look great. It's a nice, thick leather, you know, very good in case you do go down in a motorcycle accident. They're super comfortable. I just love these things. They're pretty thick though. I mean, I'm wearing my WESCOs and I have to really push them in the pants to get into the boots. If I was wearing my Dainers, it'd be really hard. I mean, I could put them in, but I'd really have to shove them in. But I love them. Now, if I bought these, hold on, I bought these on Amazon.com, if you can believe it. Amazon. And I think they were 130 bucks or something like that. If I can find the links, I'll try to link them up to the video here. But just amazing, amazing pants. I really, really like them. I've had them only for a short time. My only criticism is that the belt loops are a little on the small size. So like this belt, by the way, this belt is a Hungarian military belt. Hungarian military. And I bought it at an army surplus store, and I love this belt. But actually, my other belt, okay, I'm going on a tangent here. I'll get back to belts in a second. But anyway, this belt loop here, it's a little weak, it's a little thin, so I don't really like, my camera keeps shutting off from here. I don't really like how skinny this belt loop is. Right, let me see if I can bring this down a bit so you can see. And hopefully you can see that the loop is a little on the thin side, which I don't really like. Because I have to be, like this belt I got on right now, I have to be gentle putting it into the loop because I'm afraid it's going to break the loop. That's the only thing my criticism of these pants. The other pants, like I already put it away. The other one I was wearing a second ago has a thicker belt loop. So that's the one criticism about these these pants. If you buy them, just be mindful that you can only have a certain thickness of belt. So the belt I was wearing earlier on my jeans, the ones when I started the video, this belt here is by a company called Hanks. It's a Hanks belt. So hopefully you can see it. It's got this cool big buckle. It's very, very thick. I hope it's coming across there on the camera, the thickness. And this belt, Hanks belts, they are known kind of as gun belts because when you have a gun and you have a holster for your gun, if you have a regular belt, after a while the weight of the gun will start pulling on the holster, right? And then your belt will sag. So you need a thick belt like this one, like Hank's belt, so the weight of the gun will not make the belt sag. Right? So the problem though with this belt, I love this belt. It's on my jeans because I love them, but they're too thick for this pants, for my leather pants, which is really disappointing. I've been thinking about ordering a smaller version of the Hanks belt so I can use it on these pants, but I haven't done it yet. But this one here is a Hungarian military. I bought it at an army surplus store. It's a great belt. I've loved this belt. I've used it a lot as well, riding and just hanging out and everything. But the Hanks belt, amazing belt. It's a little pricey. I think that one cost, I want to say $80, maybe $100. I can't quite remember. But Hanks belts, if you're looking for a belt that's hardcore, I mean just hardcore, I can't recommend Hanks belts enough. It's just a great belt. This one I just saw in an Army surplus store. I just thought was so cool. I loved it, and I just had to have it. It was the only one they had, and I just thought it looked cool. I still think it looks cool. And a lot of guys, by the way, who are into this whole leather thing, they like to look, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned this earlier, they like to have a kind of military look. So it's always good to have some genuine military stuff if you're gonna go for that military vibe, right? Anyway, back to the pants. So the only other thing about Milwaukee leather pants, if you're gonna order it, is you're gonna read a lot of commentary about sizing. So these are size 36, my jeans are size 36. But some people say, oh, that's too big, you should size down. Or you should size up, you know, but most people are sizing down. However, I did buy this pair of pants as a size 34, and I just thought it was too tight. It was not comfortable. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit more form-fitting, I guess, but I already have that other pair of leather pants if I want something super tight, right? I didn't want this one to be super tight. So I decided, okay, I'm not gonna, I returned those. And then I thought, well, maybe I should go bigger. Maybe I should go 38. So I ordered a 38, and they were just too big, just too loosey-goosey. So I just decided to go order my 36, and it fits perfect. I love them. I wouldn't change a thing. So if you're going to order the Milwaukee leather pants on Amazon, I would highly recommend you just order your size. Whatever you wear in jeans, just buy that size. And then if necessary, you can always exchange them for something smaller or big or whatever, but that's my advice. But anyway, I love them. They also have this cool, I'm not going to unbuckle my belt and everything, but inside there's like a little clip that connects the pants together, and I think that's really cool. It has like this little clip. Maybe I'll show it later at the end of the video or something. But anyway, let's move on to my next two leather jackets. I was gonna show you a vest and a couple other things, but I'm gonna hold that off for another video because this video is already getting super long. Sometimes I'll watch like the other people do their fashion reviews or whatever. A lot of women like to do these clothing hauls. I don't know, sometimes I get it drawn into them because, you know, I think the girl's cute or something, like, oh, that's a cutie, I'll watch her little clothing haul. But I've noticed that the ladies always just pick like one thing, right? So they'll pick shoes, for instance, and then they'll just talk about those shoes, or they'll pick a skirt or whatever. But here I'm trying to do like multiple things. So now I'm thinking maybe I should have just done like pants and just left it at that, but oh well. Live and learn. Anyway, next leather jacket is coming up. All right, my friends, we're talking Dainese leather jacket, my friend. Dainese, that's the Dainese Demon right there, the Dainese Demon. And what can I say? Dainese is very well known in the motorcycle world, especially the speed bike, sports bike, motorcycling world. They're just legends. So if you're a guy who rides a Kawasaki or Suzuki or a Honda, one of the sports bikes, Ducati, you ride Ducati Panigale, you probably own a Dainese. What's great about this Dainese leather jacket, though, is it has these vents. It has vents here. So when it's kind of like a hot day, air will go through this kind of vented mesh. It's not mesh, but this vented area, and give you a little cooling down. So that is really nice, especially here in Los Angeles where I live, because it adds a little warmth, a little coldness on hot days. The only bad thing is, you know, here in LA, sometimes you don't gauge the temp, or at least I don't gauge the weather right, and then I end up getting this jacket because I think, oh, it's going to be a hot day, but then it's not that hot of a day. It's kind of a cold day, and then I got vents, you know, letting cold air in. So, you know, sometimes it can be tricky because, you know, you want to wear it in a day that's not too hot, but not too cold, so you can get best use of the jacket, right? But anyway, Dainese, I love this jacket. I actually get quite a number of compliments. It's also got this cool, hopefully you can see that. It's cool, like a snap thing there, so you can snap it. Right there, snap. Well, I unsnapped it. So, like, once again, this jacket is really made for sports bike riders. So you're going, those are the guys crouched down like that, you know. They're doing that kind of a thing. And so that's why they got all these snaps and everything. So the protection from the wind, obviously. It makes it more aerodynamic. This thing has very, very strong armor. So if you go down, you got some heavy duty protection there. And I don't remember how much I paid for this jacket. I want to say maybe 400, but I can't remember. I'd have to look up my records, and I don't remember. But it's a good jacket. I really do like it. I wear it a lot on warmer days, kind of a spring days, like kind of what we're sort of starting to have now. I'll pull this puppy out. When it's super hot though, I have a denim jacket, not leather at all, but it does have a lot of protection, and that's what I wear on summer days, on really hot days. But on days that are kind of maybe around 60-ish degrees, 70 degrees, I'll pull this puppy out. And it's just a great jacket. So another winner that I would recommend if you want to buy a cool motorcycle jacket. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Dainese. Well known. Just look up any sports bike rider. They're probably already rocking a Dainese. And even a lot of Harley guys will have Dainese. One of my friends, she wears a Dainese leather jacket. So, great jacket. All right, I got one more jacket to show you, and then that's going to wrap up the video. This next jacket, though, I don't know what to tell you about this next jacket, because it's not a motorcycle jacket. It's not a jacket that you're going to wear out on a date. You're not even going to wear this to a local bar or even a kinky kind of event if you're into that. No, this jacket, none of those boxes would be checked off for this next jacket. But there is one occasion that you would wear this, maybe two occasions that you might wear this jacket. But I love this jacket, and I got to share it with you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, get ready. Let's check it out. All right, my friends. Nope. Elvis Presley did not take over my body and put on this jacket. This is my pirate leather jacket. This is a real leather jacket made to look like a pirate jacket from, the days of pirates, what's that joke? What is a pirate having for lunch? Arby's, hanging out with Jack, what's that guy? Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah, hanging out with Captain Jack. So one thing I like to do is I like to go to Renaissance fairs. And one day I was at a Renaissance fair. This jacket's already a few years old. It's probably already, I don't know, I want to say maybe 7 years old. But anyway, I was at a Renaissance fair and they had this jacket, and I didn't buy it. I think it's because it was too small or something. But anyway, I liked it. I kept thinking about it. So I called the lady who makes it, and I said, hey, I want this pirate jacket. I think it's very cool. And she's like, okay. So she asked my measurement, size, all that fun stuff. And then she made this for me. And I just love it. I think it's you would think this would be a really hot jacket because it's kind of big and heavy, but really it's pretty light. I feel like I can move around pretty freely in it. It doesn't have zippers. She asked me if I wanted to have a zipper, but I thought, I've never seen a pirate with a zipper on their leather jacket, So I was like, no, I don't want a zipper. What are you talking about? So if I ever were to wear this somewhere cold, I would have to hold it like this, obviously. But the only time I wear it is for the Renaissance fair. I have toyed with taking it to a bar or a club or something like that, but I don't know, it just has such a pirate kind of look to it, But I love it, and every time I go to the Renaissance fair, people always compliment me on it, and everybody knows right away I'm a pirate. I don't own a pirate hat, but I always get compliments on this puppy, and it's got these great big pockets, so I can put stuff in there. It's just fantastic. So yeah, and it's a real leather. It's not fake. This is real leather jacket, and I can't remember how much this cost me. I think it cost around $500 or $600 if I have to try to jog my memory. But anyway, just fantastic. So this is my Renaissance fair jacket, and I guess that's how I'm going to end this video. So leather. What can I say? I love leather. Once again, I don't consider myself a leather man because it's not something I wear. You know, when I do wear leather, it's bits and pieces. Like wear a leather jacket, but then I'll wear jeans or t-shirts. I don't, you know, right now you're seeing me all in leather, but this is not how I normally dress. I don't normally wear all this leather. Also here in Southern California, it's pretty hot, and even right now as I'm making this video, the sun's going down, but I'm feeling hot. I feel hot right now. I feel like I got to turn on the air condition. So, you know, leather. But, you know, what can I say? You guys have asked me for leather videos. I might try to do one where I'm riding one day in leather. And I do have a couple of vests, leather vests, and another leather jacket. Actually, two not motorcycle leather jackets. But I think this video is going on long enough, so I'm going to wrap it up. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. It's my leather video. Hell bent for leather, as Judas Priest would say. You know, leather's great. I highly recommend, you know, it's always a good investment. If you want to buy leather, definitely buy it. My one caveat, as I mentioned earlier, when you buy a leather shirt or leather pants, always keep in mind, you know, you may end up gaining weight in life. You know, we all get older. Most of the time you end up gaining weight as you get older. You know, maybe you might lose weight. Maybe you were like a chubby, you know, teen or chubby in your 20s, and then you're slim and trim in your 30s and 40s. I don't know. And in that case, then fine, you know. But then in that case, okay, let's say you were heavy when you were 27 and you bought a very expensive pair of leather pants, and now you're 40 and you're slim and trim. Well, you can't wear your leather pants anymore because now they're too baggy, right? So just be mindful about leather pants and leather shirts, not to spend too much money, because, you know, as life goes on, you're going to gain weight, lose weight. And, you know, you want leather. The great thing about leather is it lasts a long time. You know, these jackets, these pants I've had for a long, well, not this one, but my other pants I've had for a long time. So that's the great thing about leather as opposed to other material like cotton or whatever. But you don't stay the same, okay? So if you are going to spend a lot of money, I would say spend it on boots or maybe on jackets. But even jackets, you know, once again, if you buy a really small jacket when you're slim, it may not fit you as you get bigger. Or if you were big and you lost weight, it's going to be too much. So just try to look for those deals out there, but definitely buy real leather. Try to buy the best you can. Even WESCO, you can find a lot of good used WESCO boots on eBay, and I think Stomper's Boots also sells some used boots out there. So try to look for some deals, my friends. If you're gonna, like I said, leather jackets, I would try to keep it at no more than $500. Leather pants and shirts, to be honest, 130 would be probably the maximum. Boots, you know, well, I like boots more than anything, so $800 to $1,000, I say go for it. But that's boots. And I guess that's it. So until next time, my friends, you know, ride like the wind, don't let that wind ride you. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.